Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 10 of Mushoku Tensei season 2 and I am super pumped because this episode looked from the preview looked like some spiciness was going to happen here. Um I am of the hope that by the end of this season Rudy and Fitz and Sylphie specifically will reveal themselves to each other. Well, Fitz specifically, and this whole charade can finally be put to rest. Because, like, it's kind of sad to watch, because Rudy has no idea, which makes me feel bad for him because he got a very close friend, somebody who's really dear to him, nearby all the time, and he doesn't know it. And Selfie, I feel bad for Sylphie? Yeah, I feel bad for her because like she is in her own head and she like, she doesn't know if he will remember her. She doesn't know if he still considers her to be somebody important. So she's just hoping like, this friendship that they have now could last, but like how long do you expect this to go on? How attached do you want him to get to this other person that you've created and not you? Like eventually you got to show yourself at some point, you know what I mean? So it's just, it seems kind of counterproductive for her to be like, I want him to know me and understand me and remember me. But to do that, I'm going to pretend I'm somebody else and then cultivate a fucking several year long relationship so he can get connected to this new person and then spring it on to him like, it's been me all the time. It seems like a bad idea, like the opposite of what you should be doing. But we got to build tension somehow. Either way, very long intro aside, let's get into this.
どうなんだろう。女の子好きなのは間違いないらしいけど、自制しているのかな。違う。
He like girls, or so I'm told. Maybe he's practicing abstinence. If you guys are wondering why the princess asked that question, the place that she comes from, and this is like another kind of things you didn't know because this show didn't tell you, like they're very promiscuous there. Like sex and deviancy and all that, like, it's commonplace over there, even for nobility and like princesses and princes and stuff. Like they're all this is a town full of really naughty and raunchy people, and it's like commonplace. They didn't display it all that much, even though if you looked into the conversation that they were having under the gazebo and really paid attention to what they were talking about, you'd be like, oh, these some nasty motherfuckers. But yeah, so she noticed like, he's not getting intimate with anybody. So maybe he's just practicing abstinence because if he should have somebody by now, with all of his notoriety and shit.
どうしよう。足がすくんで前に進めない。
Well, if you're too scared to step forward, then you'll always be left behind. Like, I mean, what else can I really say? Like, nothing is happening now, and you're the reason for it. You are the sole reason why nothing is progressing. And you're just like, oh no, things keep progressing without me. What's happening? How am I getting left behind? Because you're choosing to be left behind. Nobody's stopping you. You're doing it to yourself. And things keep getting progressively worse for you because you're deciding to do this instead of moving forward. So maybe you should stop fucking around and move forward. Like, I mean, it's really that simple. And I'll be, oh, it's not that. It is. It's actually that simple. You just do it. You just fucking do it.
魔法大学に入ってもうすぐ1年。俺は16歳になった。一日の始まりは
Okay, so he's been there for almost a year and he's 16 now. Okay. Those were questions I was asking before, and now I have definitive answers. And if it ain't my boy Body Gotti.
たことはいくらでもあるのにな。
大切なもの。
無論女であるな。貴様も一人見つければわかろうものだ。
Oh, Body Gotti, way to punch him right in the wound. That is interesting what Body Gotti said, though. He's like, I know people who are lusting for, power and influence, and there ain't a decent person among them. And that's usually how that goes, typically. That's Pretty much how that goes.
時に魔王様、
なんだ
不能の直し方を知りませんか？
知らぬ
Oh, he just came out and asked him, huh? Just hey, by the way, bodyguard, like, nope, sure don't.
最近俺は恐れられている。
This boy got all the people in the school shook. Dude, I'd be scared too. Bodyguardi's a freaking demon king, and they just watched you obliterate him with like little to no effort. Like, ain't nobody challenging you in this school ever again. You know that shit spread all throughout the school. There wasn't nobody who wasn't talking about it. So, yeah, ain't nobody giving you no more shit.
学校のトップになれるの。
僕がトップ？いやいやいや。
ボスはもっと自信を持つにゃ。
いやいや。
Why they trying to get him to take over the school? And they might as well both be number two. It's not like they're ever separate. They're essentially one unit. I've never seen either one of them alone. They're always together at all times. So it's like y'all are a package deal at this point. But she was right. There does need to be a clear and concise hierarchy. But still, like, y'all are one package.
で、ラプラスは自分の呪いを道具に移し、別の種族になすりつけたそうです。道具に？スペ。
Okay, I think I heard something about this. Okay, yeah. So he's trying to help his Boothang get rid of her curse. And now we have the idea planted that the curse can be transferred to another item. Interesting. So he's like, he ain't playing around, dude. I'm telling you, too, that's all, like, I don't care what I came to the school for. If I ended up with Alina Lise as my girl, and, like, this was, like, our agreement, that's it. I don't care. Like, whatever else I'm here for, my new goal is to find a way to break this curse for her. Because I have scored one of the best fucking chicks you could possibly have in this world. What else could I possibly be concerned about?
王様の飲んでるのとても美味しそう。
さすがドワーフであるな一目見
Oh no. She's innocent. You leave her alone. Don't. I know she's a dwarf and eventually she's gonna become an alcoholic, but like, it's too early. You leave her alone.
さてでは夜もいっぱい
お前は授業があるからやめとけよ。
She is throwing it back. Oh my god. I like the way he just listened. Like, he does whatever Rudy tells him, which is so funny. Even when he really wants to do other things, he's like, all right, the master has spoken. I have to listen to him.
大量の魔法陣を描き、実験を繰り返すことで、いくつかの独自魔術の開発に成功したのだという。
Oh wow, she's freaking, like, through trial and error for something completely different, she's crafting brand new spells that don't even exist in this world. That's nuts. That is insane.
はいいですが、人間を召喚って同じことをしたらまたあの災害が起きるんじゃないですか？
もちろん災害を引き。
I mean, you can say you don't plan for that to happen, but I don't know if anybody planned for it to happen in the first place. Like, we still haven't confirmed if whatever happened initially was an unintended outcome. So I feel like this is fairly dangerous. Like, she's just like, oh, I'll just keep doing it until let's spawn somebody here. What if you can't send them back? Why would you want to do to another person what happened to you? Seems kind of reckless, but I mean, what else is she gonna do, I guess?
そんなに知りたければ自分で調べなさい。
ありがとうございます。
I mean, you didn't have to throw the book at his head. I feel like that wasn't absolutely necessary. Sheesh.
だ。手先は器用と言っても、織物用の道具は使い始めたばかりで、ぎこちなさが残っている。長い目で見て。
Yeah, she's still young, man. She's got a long way to go. This is all completely brand new to her. She doesn't have enough mana to begin with. This, like, even if she did, or even if, you know, this whole sculpting thing and making sculptures just in general is just like a new concept for this world in general. So it's like, yeah, it's probably going to take her a while. But the fact that they're starting her very young and they're training her very young means that whenever she does get to that point, like, she is going to be a prodigy, and, like, and she's going to be really good at it.
ゾルダートからだ。
ゾルダート・ヘッケラー、懐かしきステップとリーダーのリーダーだ。
Ah, that's cool. I miss Soldat. I knew he was in this episode from the preview, but I'm excited to see what he's been up to.
ありゃ稼がせてもらったな。しかしエリナリーゼよ。お前みたいなビッチが。
Oh, Soldat, I love you, man. What's a slut like you doing with a boyfriend? Is that a joke? Oh, I wonder if he's gonna get mad. Is he gonna get mad that he just said that straight to his woman, right in his face?
けですわ。でも現れたんですの。素敵な殿方が。私こう見えて一途です。
I like how he just laughed it off, man. I mean, look, why get mad? Almost everybody in this room has probably had sex with her already, so they're just like, I mean, I'm glad to see her happy. She gave me the night of my life. It was over, and look, she found somebody that's cool. Like, they don't need to get mad. Like, whatever.
泥沼悪かったな。また今度頼むわ。
ええ、また誘ってください。
That's pretty sweet how Soldat has just become this really cool friend to have. Like, he's leader of this big old clan, man. Whole bunch of adventurers under his belt. If you ever need help, I can almost guarantee he'll always be there for you. These are the type of connections you want in a world like this, man. And they started off absolutely hating each other. Well, Soldat hated him, at least, but it was kind of justified, so.
くださいまし。
エリナリーゼさんたちも初心者が一緒ならあんまり厳しいところには行かないよう気をつけてくださいよ。
As if she gonna let anything happen to Cliff. Come on, dude. That is her boo. Like, if anything even remotely come close to hurting him, she is going to put a stop to that. That is kind of cool that he's starting to learn how to become an adventurer, though. I mean, Alina Lise, that is her primary thing. She is an adventurer. That's what she does. Like, the only reason I think she's even at the school is because of Rudy to begin with. Outside of that, she'd probably still be adventuring. Interesting. Cliff the Adventurer. Alright.
ルークは実は男もいける口で、フィッツ先輩とはナウイ息子でレースリングな仲とか。
いえ、見かけたので声だけでもかけておこう。
Yeah. I don't think so. Luke is very much straight. And so is Fitz. Ironically enough. Okay, so either Sylvie is ignoring him or not responding to him. It could be one of two reasons. One, because she's embarrassed and it's been so long since they spoke, she don't know what to say. Or the other reason could be because they're working right now and her moniker is still Silent Fitz. And whenever she's out, like, because you remember back at the castle or whatever, whenever people talk to her, they told her not to speak when she's working because she would stand out and people would know, like, she was female or whatever. So I think that still applies here. When they're out in the world or whatever, Silent Fitz is Silent Fitz. So this might cause a misunderstanding that I can almost guarantee is about to happen, because Rudy is very sensitive. And this is his very close friend, and he is already hypersensitive about rejection, so this is 100% gonna affect him. I can see it now.
挨拶に感謝する。フィッツは王女の護衛中は一言も喋らないことになっている。悪いが、察してくれないか。
He told him, though. I didn't think he was gonna tell him that Fitz doesn't speak when guarding. Like, but he said it, so that should have cleared it up, right? Why did Rudy, like, come to a different conclusion than what he was just told?
あれこれと考えたが、どうしてフィッツ先輩に避けられたのか考えてもわからない。
But he told you. I mean, I guess he didn't have to act so reserved and hide behind Luke or whatever, but like they explain that he doesn't speak when he's guarding. Like it was explained.
魔術ギルドの方に出向いているはずだ。なんか真面目に聞いてくれなさそうだな。変な揶揄とかされそうだ。俺の愚痴なんて聞いてくれないかもしれ。
That's funny. He just went through all the people in his circle who he could possibly talk to. And the one person he would normally go to for any of his problems is the person that he has not been actively going to see lately. And like this is like I said, this is kind of partially his fault because he been helping Nanahoshi. He hasn't been back to the library or even made an attempt to go see Fitz. You know, like I know you've been busy with your stuff, but like that's still your friend, so you could have made an effort despite the fact that you don't need to go to the library to go hang out with your friend. But you didn't do that. So Fitz is being a fucking weirdo by constantly concealing their identity and watching his friend group expand and watching him drift apart and doing nothing about it. And Rudy has been so preoccupied with whatever he's got going on that he ain't been talking to Fitz. So like it's just it's this cycle of stupidity.
手を出しちゃいけないことになっているんだ。無言のフィッツだからね。僕の声は子供っぽいから舐められるし、人前では。
Okay, so he went more into detail, but this was already explained. They already told you this. So he didn't see. Okay, I didn't see the princess with you though. Okay.
それにしては血がついてしまった。おそらくだが、何らかの宝女がフィッツ先輩に化けていたのだ。さっき避けられたのは。
I don't know about that. I don't like. Is he? So he thinks that wasn't Fitz he was talking to out there. He thinks it was the princess, and that the princess just didn't want to blow her cover because she was disguised as Fitz. That seems weird. She's had no issue walking around any other time. Well, maybe within the school, but like outside of the gates, maybe there is a reason she would need to conceal herself to like not be attacked or something outside of the gates, because there are people who were trying to kill her before. But yeah, that just don't seem right. That seems like some shit he just made up to try to rationalize his own shit. Because that don't sound right to me.
そうなんですか。フィッツ先輩に嫌われたかと思ってヒヤヒヤしましたよ。
僕が。
They could never hate you. Could never be hated, Rudy. Come on. Give Fitz a little more credit than that.
彼の何気ない仕草が気になる。耳の裏をポリポリと書く動作とか、一仕事を終えた時のぐっと背伸び。
I cannot believe this man is he's having a genuine bromance with this girl right now. Like and like it's all natural attraction to somebody who he already was attracted to. You know what I mean? Like it's a woman that he was already attracted to, somebody who he grew close to already. But he is now seeing this person as a male, so now he's like, dude, am I gay? Like like I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe my soldier ain't marching because I'm actually gay. Oh my god, this is a mess. This is turning into a mess.
俺は男に恋しているのだ。いや、本当に彼は男なのだろうか。
Alright, yeah, okay. Spot on. Here's the thing, though. This is what I really like about this show. Again, we always talk about the things I love about this show. He has put the pieces together and he recognized it. Like, I am falling in love with this person who I perceive as a male. Like, it's a simple conclusion. These are all of the symptoms. This is what that means. Like, period, point blank. You know what I mean? Like, it's so simple. And it sounds simple. Everybody's probably like, yeah, well, duh, that's obvious. But no, there's so many anime that, like, all the pieces are there. Everything you could possibly need is together. And they're like, wait a second. I'm in love? Like, yes. Yes, it's been painfully obvious since the show started. And they come to this big dumbass revelation of, like, after every obvious sign has beaten them across the head for the entire series. It's annoying. and I'm so fucking tired of it.
彼は男性です。
The way he answered that question was kind of fishy. Why would he know, though? Although, well, I guess it depends on what kind of paperwork and stuff you need to fill out in order to get into school. Because I would imagine if paperwork is necessary, you would have to mention your gender. And if they told him not to speak on it, then I would assume that she had to be truthful about her gender. And because she's with the princess, they're just like, oh, okay, this is supposed to be concealed, so that's it. Fitz is male. That's what we're going to go by. You're the princess. You're a guest of honor here. You gave a lot of money to this school. Okay. I guess.
仮に女だったとしてどうするのだ。告白でもするのだろうか。
What a line to utter. Oh my god. And she showed up at the exact perfect moment. She heard him. I feel like she heard what he said. Oh boy, here it is. This is the scene. Oh, come on, bro.
先輩、やっぱり女だったんですね。
僕は男の子だよ。
だった。
Ah!
そうか。
なるほど。
Okay, so he figured it out. Alright. Okay, so he knows now, but is he gonna address it? Fitz clearly wants it hidden. Like, oh boy. So this confirmed it. I'm assuming when they fell on top of each other, he was like, yeah, there's something here between us, and it ain't you. So he's like, yeah, that's female confirmed. Okay, so now he knows the reason that he's fallen in love is because Fitz is indeed female. And out of nowhere, his erectile dysfunction has been fixed. So, that only leaves room for some activities in the next few episodes, I think.
間違いなくフィッツ先輩だけど、今はこれ以上関係を深めることはできない。
あれ？
What are you doing, sir? What is he doing in the middle of the library? Oh my god! You can't just do that in public, sir.
どうやらまだ完治には程遠いらしい。まあいい。兆しは見えたのだ。焦らずに行こうじゃないか。
You've solved the case. Dude, that is crazy. This dude's junk only responds to Fitz. That is so funny. This entire time, it's just like, oh, you just need somebody you actually care about. And it'll work. Because, like, the Sarah thing is different because Sarah caught feelings for him because of what he did for her. But he never really felt that way about her. At least it wasn't fully established that he did. And he took her invitation to have sex because she was a female and she wanted to have sex. So I feel like that was a little bit different. But this situation, like, he is genuinely feeling affection for Fitz and Sophie. So, like, it's completely different. Like, his body, it is a literal chemical reaction. Something involuntary and real. Which is what I was saying before when they sent him to the brothel. I'm like, that's not going to help. That's not going to help him. It's not going to do anything for him. He needs a real connection with somebody to revive him. That's the only thing that's gonna do it. And some people would argue, maybe some people will argue that this kind of hidden relationship and Sophie not identifying herself right away is what led to this. Because an argument can be made that if she would have identified herself right away, he would have immediately started getting like maybe sexual thoughts about her. And their relationship wouldn't have been able to get to the point that it is right now. Which I'm willing to accept. If that's the argument and that's the case, if that's what people want to say as to why we had to go through this to get here, I can vibe with that. I think that's a good enough reason. It was still kind of annoying to go through, but we're gonna be making some progress now, so that's good. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode because I sure as hell did, and I was excited for this episode, but I am really excited now for the rest of the season because it's about to get good. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys had a good one, and I will see you guys on the next one.